The best form of government is also the worst form of government. A monarchy, a single leader, one person with the power to shape the entire nation. Most governments struggle because they are slow, corruptible, and often disconnected from the lives of the people. They have a constant pressure to maintain their power, but all of these problems share one root: the moral quality of the person in charge. A monarchy shows us this idea in its purest form. If the king is a genuinely good person, selfless, wise, principled, then everything can flourish. Decisions are clear, justice and compassion are constant. But if the king is selfish, cruel, or greedy, then the entire country suffers. One person's flaws becomes everyone's burden. The potential for good is simply not worth the potential for evil. Modern governments try to protect us from that danger. They divide power, slow things down, spread it across many people so that no single corrupt leader can destroy everything. This limits how much harm a person can do, but it also limits how much good a person can do. There is no perfect form of government because there is no perfect person. The mostly agreed on solution to this is democracy, because at least in this scenario, the beliefs and character of a leader are examined before they have power. Anger is like a guard. It stands in front of something valuable, your beliefs. When somebody threatens those beliefs, that guard reacts sharply. That's the feeling we call getting angry. The key to this is, when anger shows up, pause and ask yourself, why did this upset me? What belief is being protected right now? Is that belief actually important to me? If the answer is yes, then your reaction makes sense, and it's healthy to express how you're upset. But now that you've recognized it, the anger has done its job. You can handle the rest without letting it take control. But if the belief is kind of silly, then it's silly to let your anger go to war over it. You can tell your inner guard to stand down. This one's not worth fighting over. Anger often gets a bad reputation. People link it with destruction, pride, trauma. But when you listen to it, anger becomes a tool that helps you understand yourself. Anger is never without a reason, but seldom with a good one. By 3 methods may we learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is the noblest. Second, by imitation, which is the easiest. Third, by experience, which is the bitterest. Think of it like a game. A player takes a massive amount of fire damage. They just barely survive. And they now learned the fire resist skill the hard way. A second player watched the first player, and then they learned the fire resist skill through imitation. A third player sat far away, thinking, pondering on their own, and learned the fire resistance skill just through reflection. There's a fourth player though, one who, just like the first one, takes a massive amount of fire damage and they just barely survive. However, this one doesn't learn. They go through trial after trial, yet they always blame others, never reflect, and thus never grow. Their mindset says, "My experiences forced me to be who I am. I had no choice." In the end, wisdom comes from reflection, imitation, experience, or not at all. Where we land on this spectrum of learning depends on how humble we are, depends on how willing we are to learn. A group of friends is playing Uno, and a new player joins. Someone plays a draw 2 card. The new player responds with the draw 2 card. That's how they've always played. The friends all freak out. They've never seen someone stack on a draw 2 before. They immediately call him stupid and say he's making up rules and kick him out. This is an example of an echo chamber. It happens when a person only sees, hears, or talks to people who agree with them. Every interaction confirms their belief and makes them feel even more confident that they are right. Then, someone from an opposing view comes along. Simply hearing their belief is enough for the first person to think the other is stupid, evil, or brainwashed. This thinking is harmful. It makes you prideful, less willing to learn, and weakens your critical thinking. It harms society too, by amplifying extreme opinions. and fueling hate on both sides. To see if this applies to you, ask yourself, how do I view people who disagree with me? If the answer is stupid, evil, or brainwashed, you're likely in an echo chamber to some capacity. In today's world, especially online, it's hard not to be in one. The key to avoid this is to understand people who disagree with you. People likely disagree with you because of different experiences, different values, or perhaps an echo chamber of their own. The Uno game could have gone on if only the group of friends had explained how they like to play, instead of getting upset. What is more important, kindness or honesty? Kindness builds and maintains good relationships. Well, honesty helps people grow and avoid mistakes in their life. As it often is in life, the answer is both. Honesty without kindness becomes cruelty, and kindness without honesty becomes manipulation. Healthy relationships need both, the truth spoken and kindness given. You know how in video games you can get poisoned or buffed? Real life works in a similar way. Every emotion you feel changes your performance. Excitement might make you faster, sadness slower, anger might boost your strength but lower your focus. These are real life status effects. The difference is, in real life we don't have numbers floating above our heads, so most people walk around debuffed, tired, stressed, or jealous, and they don't even realize it. But with practice and self-reflection, you can learn to spot your own status effects. You can then learn to get rid of ones that are bad and to get ones that are good. People tend to perform at a fraction of their potential because of the emotional effects dragging down on them. In today's world, everything needs to be done fast. That pressure causes stress, which ironically makes us slower. Focusing only on the task often backfires. But if you take time to manage your emotions first, you'll find that the work often becomes easier and faster because of this real-life debuff and buff idea. A lot of leaders, bosses, parents, someone in charge, rely on traditional respect. You know, I'm the boss, so you respect me. I'm the parent, so you listen to me. But here's the truth. That kind of respect only gets you so far. If you lose the real respect, the admiration kind, the respect people have for your skill, fairness, integrity, and character, you'll lose everything else too. They might still smile, they might still follow your orders, but behind closed doors, they'll be complaining about you, mock you, wait for the day they can leave, quit, and tune you out completely. If you want them to treat you with respect all the time, you need to earn it. Admiration respect is earned and mutual. If you don't respect the people under you, they won't respect you back. But when you show them respect and lead with competence and integrity, when you have that kind of respect, you won't need to demand respect anymore. You will already have it. They'll want to follow you. It's not about titles, it's about the way that you treat people. Dating as a guy has been difficult. I've asked out about 60 girls, gone on 25 first dates, and had 2 girlfriends. I hate dating, but you only need it to work once. I've used all the apps, but I prefer asking in person. Friends, acquaintances, even strangers. I was bored thinking if I want to find the one I have to try. I've gone through this cycle again and again that I'm sure many people can relate to. You feel lonely, and then you get a crush. Go on a date, get hopeful thinking this is the one, and then get rejected, and then feel lonely again. Each time the loneliness gets stronger, and the hope gets weaker. The rejection very rarely comes with feedback. Even when I ask for feedback on how to improve, I hear something along the lines of, "You were great," or "I'm just focused on school or work," which might be true, but there's something that they're not saying. I understand being focused on the future, career, education, those things are good, logical goals. But to me, emotional connection matters more. And I think society forgets that success isn't just money, it's happiness. and love is a part of that. It doesn't have to be either or. You can build a life and find love. Dating doesn't have to be extra work. It can be living side by side, studying, cooking, even doing chores together. So don't give up on love. Don't give up on a future family. Listen to your heart and listen to your mind. Find your balance. It really bothers me when media portrays religious leaders as evil. I understand that thing happens in real life, but it leaves a bad taste for religion as a whole. For a long time, religion was used as a tool for control. Do what we say or eternal punishment awaits. That's how sin and repentance are usually shown even today. Sin as guilt, shaming people for their mistakes. Repentance as pressure, forcing people to change to what you want. But that's not the intention of those words. Sin is simply making a mistake, which we all do. When Christ walked the earth, he didn't shame sinners. He sat by them, spoke with them, and helped them. Repentance isn't about fear, it's about growth, changing from a person who makes the same mistake to the person who doesn't anymore. Sin and repentance are meant to help us recognize our flaws and improve, not to be used as weapons to shame others. What's more important to you, looking good or getting better? This is how you can tell which of these two mindsets you lean towards, a performance or a learning mindset. The performance mindset works to prove themselves. Think of it like an employee giving it 110 in front of the boss, hoping to land that raise. The learning mindset works to improve themselves. They're not worried about looking good for the boss. They're focused on becoming better at what they do. From the outside perspectives, these look the same. They both get the job done. But the difference shows up when there are challenges. The performance mindset struggles when they fail because they have such high expectations and low patience for themselves. Ironically, worrying about failure often leads to more of it. The learning mindset sees failure as progress. They're very patient with themselves and expect themselves to stumble before they succeed. When your priority is the learning, failure turns into fuel. In the end, it's not your achievements that make you valuable. It's your knowledge and your character that you build along the way.